Hey guys, how we doing? Haven't seen head nor tail of me for a few weeks, eh? I've been living pretty quiet, guys. So let me go into this Homebrew Wednesday. Keep it fairly short. It's going to be in two parts. So this first part, I'm just going to crap out about what I've been up to. Second part, I'm going to go into my over a year review of the SS Brewtech 20 gallon 80 litre mash tun. So I'd like to give you my final thoughts on how that's been going, for how I've been using it for a year, and the final verdict really on it, and accessories. But first off, what have I been up to? Well, I've been doing a little bit of brewing. As you know, I brewed up a double batch of supercharger clone. I call it the overcharged. My supercharger always ends up to over 6%, so 6.5. Still tastes bloody good though. All the hops and hop flavour can handle that little bit more alcohol. I feel personally that having that slightly higher ABV gives that the aroma in it more of like a marmalade-y aroma. But I've sent that beer out to a few people, so I look forward to their videos, and I hope they concur, or they don't go, ugh, too much alcohol in this, buddy. Anyway, we'll wait and see, eh? Wait and see. Now, the pressure transfer that I did with that beer worked a treat. Worked really well. I couldn't be happier with how that worked. I didn't want to film the first one, just in case it all went tits up. But no, I didn't. It worked really well. So I've got another beer in there now. It's a lovely pale ale. Not a smash beer, but it's all Cascade. All Cascade over. It's a 48 litre batch, so I hope to get 22 litres in each keg. Well, after you get rid of the troop and all that stuff, or 23 and a 22. We'll see what happens. And yeah, 500 grams in total of, or 520 really, of Cascade. 300 in the boil pot, and the rest went in as a dry hop for 10 days. So still still resting at the moment. I'm spot on with my numbers on this one. I right on the money at 10.59 for 49 litres, or 48 I was meant to get. I got 49, and still right on that money. And my final gravity, 10.15. It was meant to be a 10.14. So right on the money really with that beer. So really happy. So the wee sample that I took yesterday tasted pretty good as well. There was only 4 days with the dry hop, so another 6 days to go really on that dry hop. Also, I've been using gelatin to clear my beers lately. I don't know, with the past 4 beers, I'll probably never go back to isinglass. It just does such a brilliant job of clearing them up. I haven't noticed that it's stripped of any flavour whatsoever. If anything, it's probably taken some, it's made them condition a bit quicker. It's taken out some of those. I always found 2 weeks in the keg, I was getting the full hop flavour, full aroma. I think when I was using gelatin, really the week in the keg, by the time it's bubbly, it's tasting fantastic. So, bad news when you're trying to cut down when you're drinking. So, yeah, I know, I am not drinking a hell of a lot at the moment. I'm drinking, just limiting myself to once, maybe twice a week, depending if we have visitors, whatever. Saying that, I had my wife's cousins over a couple of weeks ago, and that was really nice to, it hasn't really had homebrew before. The homebrew it had was that terrible stuff, you know, that probably everyone drank 15 years ago on a Sunday, or 20 years ago on a Sunday, when you couldn't buy beer in New Zealand on a Sunday. So it was nice to get his verdict on homebrew, and he loved it. So it's always nice when you make a beer that people love to drink. And he's seriously thinking about taking up the hobby now because of it. So not his wife doesn't look that happy about it, because she knows my obsession. They thought I was a bit like Walter White, but anyway, I digress. I don't want this video to take too long. So yeah, that's really it for me. I've sent some beer mail out, as I alluded to earlier. So I look forward to sharing some videos on that, on those beer mails that have been sent out. I'm hoping the two stouts that I've sent out, as an oatmeal stout and the Black Forest stout, I haven't drunk them 2 months, at least 2 months. So I don't know how they're going to go. I don't know if all the cherries dropped out. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what they think. I'm hoping they've got a lot better with age. I think they should have. Anyway, wait and see. Alright, so that's it. Homebrew Wednesday, this part is pretty much done because that's all I've got. What I will go to now is we're going to pop over to the mash tun, and I'm going to talk through exactly what I think of it a year on, 10 brews in it, 5 of those being 48 litres, 4 of those being 48 litres, and the rest being 23 litre brews. So I feel like I can give a total honest, full-blown, I know what I'm talking about, review on that SS Brewtech 20 gallon mash tun. Alright, see you over there in just a minute. Okay fellas, time for some dodgy camera work now. So there's the beast there. So yeah, I've been using it for over a year now. Features that I really like on this. So first off is the features that I really like on it. These here. These sight glasses. You notice they're off kilter. So one's high, one low. It really lets you know what's happening in the grain bed. On how fast you're running off or vol offing. If you need to slow it down, slightly speed it up. Gives you a lot of information. They're really good. I couldn't be without those now. I really rely on them quite a bit. Ball valve. Hey, what can you say about a ball valve? Just does the job. I like the fact that it's a screw-in jobby. You know, you've got a sanitary weld on here, so it's very easy to clean, take apart, and so forth. So that's the outside features that I really like. Also, it came standard with a port up here for a vol offing, recirculating, that type of thing. That came standard with the 20 gallon version. Doesn't with the 10. That port is fantastic as well, and I'm glad I didn't have to drill a hole in this. I would have really shat my pants trying to drill a hole in this insulated pot. So I'm glad professionals have done that for me. The handles, siliconized rubber handles, really nice, makes this job of picking this big beast up, because it is quite heavy. Makes the job a lot easier picking that up. The lid. So I'm going quite fast, guys, sorry about this. The lid here, and totally insulated. Look how thick that jobby is. It's a great lid. It's got a seal on the inside. Does a really good job of sealing. Let me put that lid down. The lid sits on this handle here. If I can do this without dropping it. There we go, sits on there nicely. And you can see I've also got my silicone hosing on those, on that handle as well. So plenty of room for the lid and silicone handles. The etching on the inside, fantastic. So this has had a clean, but I need to give it a proper clean. So there you can see the 20 gallon mark, the 80 litre mark. So all the way down, starts at 15 litres or 3 gallons there. So yeah, fantastic. You know, I want that feature now on my new brew pot that I will buy, because that's way better than a sight glass for that respect of knowing volumes. You know, you don't have to clean it or anything like that. So going down to the centre, the centre draining port, absolutely fantastic feature. This bottom is sloped down on about a 5-degree angle, I believe, and does a great job. If any grain does get through the if it does get through the false bottom, then it doesn't really go down to the hole. If you're draining off correctly and the right speed, if grain does get through, it stays up here, maybe down here. It doesn't go into the hole, and you can clean that up nicely on the cleanup. which the clean up I find very easily as well. I normally have this beast all cleaned up before I've even reached a boil. So yeah. Next feature, the false bottom. It's a great false bottom, nothing much to say, it does the job, it works. Lovely silicone around the outside of it. One thing I will say, when I first started using this, I had the silicone gasket round the wrong way. So if I go on the other side there, you see there's a lip there? So that needs to face down, that lip, not face up. I had it facing up, and with it facing up, the silicone comes off the false bottom really easily. So, so you get it the right way the first time, guys, and you'll be fine. And of course, the last feature down here by there is your temperature probe. This comes with a digital temperature probe that goes in there and sits in the boot, which is really good. You do have to. They give you a spare battery, so it probably lasts 8 months before it goes flat and you have to change the battery. But it's accurate and it's good. I've tested it with other thermometers and it's right on the money. So I've found, all in all, they're all the features on this brew pot that it comes standard with that I really, really like. We'll go into performance. So performance on this, we on a 23 litre gallon batch of beer, 90 minutes. What I normally sit at there for a 90 minute, as in the temperature I've lost, it can be anywhere from 0.8 to 1.4 degrees of loss. What I do with the smaller batches, because it's such a large pot, as well, is that I put tin foil across the grain bed, and that really holds that heat in. That's when I lose sort of 0.8. Over 90 minutes, that's not a problem. You know, it doesn't even kick in the heat stabilising doodah, but I'll go into that in a minute. Over 60 minutes, again, I'm losing 0.6, 0.8 at the worst, depending on ambient temperatures. Again, with the tin foil. Now moving on to the double batches, the 48 litre batches. There, the last 48 litre batch that I did on this, I lost 0.2 of a degree over 60 minutes. I haven't done a 90 minute mash on a double batch yet, but I believe I would probably half a degree, and that's nothing, absolutely nothing. So very, very happy with the overall performance of this machine. That's fantastic. Right, accessories that I really, 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 really like. So the accessories I bought with it. The sparge arm, fantastic sparge arm, simple, easy to use. I control it with my pump and a throttle. It just works perfectly. No problem whatsoever. I use a quick disconnect. It's really easily to change from Vorlaufing to sparging. Great. Right. Here we go. The Vorlaufing arm. This is probably my favourite little doodah. Really easy to install and put on, and I just love Vorlaufing. I like seeing how it clears the wort over the 10-15 minute period that I use it with. A really simple design again. It works fantastically. It is my favourite part of the brew day, is the Vorlauf. I know it's probably a bit sickening, but it is. Alright, so there, the features, they're the extra products that I really, really like with this SS Brewtech. And basically, if you're buying a 20 litre Brewtech, I think that's all you need. Right there. Right, I'm going to go into the feature that I don't really think has that much effect on my brew day. And if anything, I probably could have saved myself $150. It's just my personal opinion. And this is my opinion with the 20 gallon SS Brewtech mash tun, not the 10 gallon. I'll just make that clear now. So it is the temperature stabilising system. I haven't felt that it's done much good at all. It was easy to install. It's nice to have a readout. It's an accurate readout as well. That's probably what I use it for if I haven't got a battery with the other temperature probe, because I don't really bother with that. I just use this to monitor the temperature. when it turns on, if I have lost a degree and it turns on, I haven't felt that it moves the mash at all through that period. So it might stabilise it at only using a degree, but I haven't noticed it to be that well at all. Most of the time with my brew days, it doesn't turn on, because you have to lose a degree off your desired mash tun before it'll turn on anyway, and I hardly ever lose a whole degree anyway. So the performance of this tun outweighs buying the stabilising doodah. The mash tun stabilising temperature system. Personally, I wouldn't. What I know now, I wouldn't buy it with the 20. It might be different with the 10. I don't know anyone who's got the 10 gallon mash tun with the stabilising system, but I know the more you put in it, the better it is. So here we go. So that, in a nutshell, is my feelings and views on the SS Brewtech mash tun, a year on in the making. Would I buy this again, what I know now? Absolutely. Has it increased my enjoyment of my brew days? Absolutely. Is it a well-made product? Absolutely. Is it worth the money that I spent? Yes, I would probably pay a little bit more. No, I wouldn't. It's an expensive product. It's the most expensive item of my brewery, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love using it. And I believe that it has made my process more efficient, and my efficiency has gone up. I was sitting around the 68 to 72% efficient brewhouse efficiency. With this now, I'm sitting between 78 and 83% brewhouse efficiency. So I get the most out of my grains. I get the most flavour. I think my beers are better because of it. So I love it. If you're thinking of buying a mash tun, 10 gallon or 20, I'd say go for it. It's a great mash tun. You know, I toy with the idea of setting up like a room system or a home system, but you know, maybe the only benefit I'd get out of that is maybe doing a like a mash out, which I don't do now because I don't need to. I just fly sparge after my hour of the mash. So hey, I'm rambling now, but you get my opinion. I love this SS Brewtech 20 gallon mash tun, and if you're thinking of buying it and thinking what products to buy, I hope this has helped you with some questions. And if you have some questions that I haven't covered, flick me a comment and I'll get back to you. Rightio fellas, that's my Homebrew Wednesday done and dusted. See you next time.